When it comes to keeping the floor clean, robot vacuums never get tired or distracted while constantly putting up their cleaning effort. Over the years, we have tested and tried out several of them, and the OKP Robot Vacuum Cleaner is the latest addition to our arsenal. This one has been steering on our floor for about a month now, and we're here to share our experience with it, so let's get started. While we first got our hands on the OKP Robot Vacuum Cleaner, we were quite amused with the packaging. It came in a fairly large box with a sizable instruction manual inside of it. Underneath it, we found the robot vacuum along with a docking station, charging adapter, a cleaning filter, and 2 cleaning brushes, and that was pretty much it. Now, first things first, let's talk about the looks. The contemporary blues and black trim give it a more subdued and modern vibe. As it zips around our home, we have to admit it looks pretty darn good. It's a bit chunkier than a typical robot vacuum with a 13-inch diameter and standing at 3.75 inches tall, but it's surprisingly lightweight at just 1.14 pounds. Assembly was a breeze. A bit of packing tape removal here and there, and we popped the side brush into place on the edge of the unit. Speaking of brushes, this one comes with a full roller brush underneath and a side brush to tackle those edges and corners that the roller can't quite reach. Setting up the docking station was pretty straightforward, nothing out of the ordinary here. The 2 metal pads on the underside of the vacuum neatly connect to the corresponding pads on the docking station for charging. Now let's talk about the controls. The single button on the surface is the command center. It's the power button, and a quick press turns the device on and off. When the battery is running low, it blinks red, a nice visual cue. When the unit is ready to roll, it shines a solid white, but we found more. A double tap and off it goes for a quick vacuum session, and if we wanted to dive into the app world, all we had to do was press and hold for 3 seconds to pair with Wi-Fi and connect to the app. Now here's where things go interesting. The voice.
Welcome to use the OKP Robot Vacuum.
Yep, the OKP L1 has a rather loud male voice that announces its status.
Start charging.
It proclaims when it's juicing up. It cries out if it finds itself in the tight spot, and returning to base, it declares when it's heading home. Luckily, we could also tone down the volume using the app, which, by the way, is a must-have for taking full control of this little cleaning buddy. Next, we want to talk about the app controls. First, we had to charge it up and it was ready to roll. The basic setup follows, and that's where things start getting digital. We grabbed our phone and zapped that QR code. The app is all decked out for both Android and iOS devices, which is a relief, no platform discrimination here. The pairing process surprisingly wasn't a maze of confusion. We granted the app access to our Wi-Fi network, and it felt like introducing our vacuum to be the home's digital heart. And then comes the put the unit in pairing mode prompt. Once the OKP L1 Robot Vacuum Cleaner and the apps were all synced up, the app's main screen turned into a dashboard of status updates. Battery charge, intel from the last cleaning session, and 2 inviting buttons, one to start the cleaning fiesta and the other to send the unit back to its charging base. Now for the main part, and here's the deal, this thing has a LiDAR mapping functionality. This little guy starts its adventures with wide sweeps, scanning, and mapping as it goes. You get to see a visual representation of the areas it has explored and the untouched territories it's yet to conquer. It's like a digital treasure map, but instead of X marks the spot, it's X marks the unvacuumed corner. Now here's where things get both exciting and a tad bit frustrating. Once the mapping program was set, we were suddenly bestowed with a range of advanced features. We directed the unit to specific areas for a spot clean, while also trying to partition cleaning to tackle our specific zones. And to truly assert our cleaning dominance, we have set forbidden areas where the unit shall not venture. It's like giving the vacuum an invisible leash, but in a cool, tech-savvy way. Now let's talk about performance. The good news, this vacuum meant business when it came to intense cleaning. The roller and vacuum power did not disappoint. We witnessed it in action during its maiden voyage in our hallway and living room. The roller brush mixed with the side brush and added 3800 PS suction of power worked amazingly to sweep off the piled up dust. And that built-in HEPA filter and a 500ml dirt collection capacity both impressed and slightly grossed us out when we saw the aftermath of a cleaning session. Battery life is where the OKP L1 shined the brightest. According to OKP, it boasts 150 minutes of battery life under optimal conditions. In our real-world test, on a mostly carpeted surface, it managed a solid hour of cleaning with only battery drained. Impressive considering its robust performance. But we did face some issues with it, as our little buddy right here sometimes got stuck in a random room and failed to get back to the stand. So after a month of living with OKP L1, here's our verdict. It's a reliable vacuum that does its job pretty darn well. The navigation is solid thanks to the combination of the roller brush and the side brush that covers all bases. And let's not forget the convenience of the app control, being able to adjust settings, schedules, and yep, even the voice volume from our phone is a game changer. Sure, it might not be the quietest cleaner on the block, but its performance overshadows the noise. Overall, it's been a positive experience having the OKP L1 as part of our arsenal. It's taken the chore of vacuuming off our plate and made our home look spick and span without having to give much effort. So there you have it, our month-long journey with the OKP L1 robot vacuum cleaner. So if you're in the market for a reliable and stylish cleaning companion, this one is definitely worth considering. Happy cleaning, folks!